I've recorded some sensory playtime, Montessori playtime, independent playtime, whatever the heck you want to call it, with my 11-month-old son, and I wanted to share those things and activities with you today. These activities are for the ages from about 6 months to 12 months. Some younger babies might not be able to do some of the activities until later on, like the 10, 11, 12 month stage. And obviously every age and every baby is different developmentally, so these need to be introduced appropriately, and you're the parent, so you know when those can be introduced. These are activities, toys, types of free play that we feel has been really beneficial for our son development-wise, building strength, and just physically really fun for him to do. I sort of have them in chronological order of when we first started introducing some of these things to what we're doing now. So maybe this would also help give you an idea of when you could introduce some of these activities for your kid. I also want to mention, I feel like the word Montessori is just kind of thrown around, and to be completely frank, I don't even quite know like the term, what it means, but I have read some books and I do know like the general vibe of Montessori. It's to create an independent child. It's to eliminate like distraction and like teach them practical skills and not have toys that light up, and you know, so we practice a lot of those things, but I wanted to make a point to say like I am nowhere near like full-on granola crunchy mom. I'm not quite there, but I do value a lot of the practices and the things that they preach and the things that Montessori schools and Montessori moms value. So I just wanted to make a point to say that, because we're not full-on granola around here, but we do enjoy the benefits of some of the activities and things that they preach. So let's get started. So the very first activity that I have for today is tape. The thing I do love about these kind of playtimes or these like activities to do with your children is they're so affordable, they're so easy, and it's literally just like we just put tape on the floor and we just put tape on the cupboard and it helps with their like fine motor skills. Like they try to pick it up with their fingers and, you know, rip it off the floor, try to pull it off of the cupboard. And I think at the time my son was maybe 7 or 8 months when we were doing this activity with him, and he didn't quite grasp it at that point, and so I feel like I need to practice it with him again. He was just kind of like picking at it. He never actually like pulled out the tape or pulled off the tape, I'm pretty sure. But this is just an activity that's really easy to do literally right in your kitchen or in your living room, and it just helps them to like, yeah, fine motor skills to pick up the corners of tape and try to like pull and like build that strength of like that coordination and yeah, pulling off the tape from surfaces. So that's a super easy activity you can do with your baby. The next one we did at that same exact time was make a shaker bottle. First we did one with lentils. I think they were like red lentils or something, and it makes like a little shaker toy. So if you're not like a musically inclined person or family, this is a really easy musical instrument to create right in your home. So you literally just put lentils in like a pop bottle or like a soda bottle, and it's automatically a shaker. And he still plays with that thing. I think it's like 4 months later, we still have it in our toy rotation, and he still loves it. He still pulls it out once in a while, and just he loves anything. We go shake, 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 and he loves anything that just makes like shaking sound. The other thing you can do with pop bottles is like dish soap and food coloring, or like water, dish soap, food coloring. And he wasn't as into that, but he, you know, did pick it up and kind of shake it a little bit, but he loves like the shake sound. So you can do like the hard materials in the pop bottle or the liquid in the other bottle, and it just makes different sounds. It has different feels when you shake them, and so it kind of gives them a little bit of that like, ooh, like these are different materials in these bottles, and what do they sound like? What do they feel like? The next activity is monochrome trays. I think that's what they call them, monochrome trays. So basically they're just trays of items around your house that are all the same color. So they suggest starting with the primary colors and then moving on to other colors, and your girl didn't do that. I have a lot of orange stuff around my house for some reason, so we have a lot of like orange kitchen tools, and so I started with the color orange, and so I just literally pulled out a baking tray and I just grabbed anything orange that I could find and I put it on a tray, and it kept him busy for like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Like I think it just helps them like visualize, like keeps them concentrated on one color. That's all that I can tell you about it. But I think it's just kind of like an aesthetically pleasing, like they just like to look at it, like, oh, it's all the same color. And so I think I grabbed like a spatula, and his little water cup is orange. And then I had like one of his toys and like another like little salad fork thing that we have, and just put everything orange on the tray. and he was super into it. And so that's something really, really easy that you can just whip out utensils or things around your house to put on a tray and have them enjoy the aesthetically pleasing all the same color tray. The next activity is music. We are a very musical family. My husband and I grew up in the church, and we both play, sing, play instruments. We both like have led worship for a long time. So we both play guitar, we both play piano, we do know some drums, and we both sing. And so we are we do a lot of music in this house. So, but music is a very, very good tool to teach your child. But if you're not a musically inclined person, there are so many other variations of instruments, like the shaker, like the lentil shaker, or there's a ton of toys. We have this collection of musical toys that's like a maraca and like a hand shaker and like a tambourine, that introducing music really early on has been shown to just help them in a lot of ways, developmentally and their creativity. And so getting toys that are musical is really awesome. We bought him a piano for Christmas, so it's his own little tiny piano, but we have a piano in our living room that he prefers because it's the real thing. And so he'll reach up and tap the keys, and we've put him on the bench and played piano with him. When we whip out our guitar to play guitar, we let him, strum the strings. We have music playing a lot in the house. Like we have Christian, worship music playing, or we do play like simple songs on YouTube. We really like them too. So just having music in the home is just really, really good for their brain creatively. We feel like it grabs their attention, it draws them in, and obviously like singing to them is a big deal, the basic nursery rhymes and things like that. So we've really enjoyed being able to be his music teachers. It's really, really fun. But music is a very, very important thing to be introducing as early as possible. So obviously there's like the easy things like Spotify and YouTube. You can just pipe in the speakers or just play right on your phone and sing along like the nursery songs with them is really cool. Next is pulling out fabric. This again is more for that like fine motor skill kind of stuff. So we do have a Love Every like tissue box that came with like colorful little fabrics and stuff. But something that my mom came up with is we have this little ball with holes in it. He was like, it would be cool to put the fabric in there. And so just like coming up with things like that, like I feel like each family has their own set of toys and their own, like little things you can just like make up. Like it's kind of playing imaginary play with them. Like I took the fabric out of the tissue box and I stuffed it in the little ball, and I pulled the edges out of the holes, and he, was pulling it out of the ball, and he wanted me to do it over and over and over again. Pulling on fabric or like feeling different textures of fabric, I know we haven't done different textures yet, but I know like pulling out fabric is like kind of another fine motor skill activity that you can do. The next thing that we just recently did and was super, super cute was we had him smell spices. I saw this on like a Pinterest post for Montessori Play, and it was pretty cute. Like I just got a tray out of like a baking tray out of our kitchen, and I just pulled like 10 different spices that weren't spicy because I didn't want to freak him out, but like garlic, onion, thyme, oregano, Italian seasoning. Like I just got all these like really basic seasonings out, and I let him like play with the bottles. Obviously again, they're like kind of like shakers, so he was shaking them because that's like his go-to thing. But I would open the cap and kind of put it near him and like waft it near him so he could, maybe smell it, because the activity is also supposed to be to help them like, ooh, this one smells different than this one, and kind of activate that part of their brain too. So most of the time he just wanted to like bite it and eat it because that's what babies do. But I think he did get like a general smell of what each spice kind of smelled like. And that kept him busy for a while too. And so that's another like kind of easy go-to, like literally just pull it out of your kitchen activity. Next is nesting. I know this is like an older baby thing. So around the 10, 11 month, 12 month stage, they start learning nesting. And so nesting is basically like putting something smaller in something bigger. And so that's where those like nesting dolls come from. But I found this super cute set of nesting dolls from Amazon. They're little like bears, but they're kind of gummy. Holy cow. It's like one of my favorite toys of his. I don't know why, I just am in love with them, but they're so cute. So I think it's like 4 bears And obviously they get smaller and they, you know, go inside each other. And so it's taken him a bit to learn that concept, but he's now like, he'll take the smaller one and kind of put it in like the bottom part of the bear, and like he's kind of starting to understand, oh, this goes in this. And this also goes hand in hand with this other little box that we have for him that's kind of like one of those multi-play boxes, but it has the shapes and the holes. And so I know that's a pretty obvious like go-to baby activity is put the circle in the circle. And so he's getting very good at that. He knows how to like take the circle and put it in the circle hole. So he's learning that too. But just those kind of like, this goes inside of this, you know, bigger, smaller, whatever kind of shapes and sizes is a big deal around the 10 to 12 month range. So he's really enjoying those little nesting bears, and they're so cute and the colors are so aesthetic. And the last thing I want to mention is Montessori. What I really love about the whole way of teaching and the whole way of doing Montessori is creating a child that just knows how to do things. Like, you just let them explore and you let them make messes and you let them adventure and just explore. And so I just let him explore, and it's a lot more work on my end because I do have to go back and like pick up a lot of messes. But things like letting him just open drawers and like pull stuff out. And now obviously he's fully supervised, right? Like, he is totally supervised in all of this. I just want to make a point to say this, because obviously there's like little things like nail clippers and things that are like kind of sharp that like obviously you need to watch out for. But I let him pull on our bathroom drawers, and I let him pull out my dresser drawers and like, you know, take stuff out. And we do have like those hooks on our kitchen cupboard doors, but when I have the fridge open, he loves the fridge. And fridge time is another like Montessori thing. Obviously not too long because, you know, money. But, you know, I let him just kind of search and like look at the condiments and, you know, for just, you know, a few seconds or whatever. Something else that we've done is letting him rumble and tumble a little bit. We have stairs in our house, so when we started seeing him go towards the stairs, that's when we would we would take him to the stairs or let him crawl to the stairs and let him just figure them out. Like, we didn't freak out about stairs. We obviously wouldn't leave him alone. Again, he's supervised, but we would just like stand behind him and like help him up the stairs. And he'll be 11 months tomorrow as of recording this. He is going up and down the stairs by himself, and he's walking, and he knows how to get off our couch all by himself. That's pretty early to be, I mean, on the earlier side to be doing those things. And something else we did was just put him on the couch and see if he could figure out how to get off. Like, again, supervise. And if he would fall, we would catch him. But we have like an electric couch where the you know, the leg part comes out. And so one day I just like put that on an angle, and he would just like start sliding down, and we made a game out of it. And so I feel like, again, there's like different things in your house or different toys or your environment that you're in that you can make it fun and interesting without a toy even. And so now I feel like letting go of like a fear or like, oh, we have to like not let him go near the stairs, letting that go and letting them explore has, for me, I've seen like has created a very strong, a very independent child so far, in a good way. The fact that he's not afraid of stairs, he's not afraid, like he knows, he's 11 months old, he knows how to get off the couch. Like, that's pretty impressive, and he's walking. And so, you know, figuring out how you can make an environment that's safe, but also allows them to learn and grow and do these really, really cool things that, I don't know, you can just help your child develop in those ways more quickly. And not that you need to rush the process of them developing, but it just creates this like this child that just wants to learn and that's ready to explore. And so we know that we want to create a little adventure. So the other thing is like helping with chores, and so it sometimes gets annoying, so I don't always do it. But like when I'm unloading the dishwasher, he just goes right for the dishwasher, and so I'm like, okay, like help mommy, you know. And again, I'm like watching for knives and things like that. But if he can pick up a cup and like give it to me, like, that's really cute. Or like, we caught this video the other night. He loves helping with laundry, and you know, our washer and dryer are sitting on the floor, so it's like at his height. Not on purpose, it's just how it is. But I was putting his cloth diapers into the dryer, and so he was like helping me. He's like pulling them out and like handing them to me, and I feel like just including, I feel like, I know it's not always easy, and there are some times where I just have to put him in the other room so I can just get something done. But when I have the patience and I have the energy, I really strive and try to let him do what I'm doing and to participate in what I'm doing, because it teaches them chores and helping and practical life skills. So I know it's not always easy, but including them when you feel the energy and the patience to let them help. Or if you're not on a time crunch, you know, letting them help with certain things. I let him pull out laundry out of the laundry basket and hand it to me so we can fold it. And so yeah, just including them in those chores and activities and things. Nowhere near a granola crunchy type of mom. However, I do value a lot of what Montessori preaches and the cool activities and things that they come up with to develop fine motor skills, to help with chores, to help create a strong and independent child. I just think it's been so fun. We also want to homeschool, so I feel like that's the way that I can implement homeschooling now while he's a baby, is these little development toys and learning skills and home skills and chores and things like that. So I try to like make school happen every day, and it's just so sweet and so fun. So yeah, I think that's all of the toys and activities that we have so far. We did get him this couch that we're being patient and waiting to give to him for his birthday, but it's this couch that like kind of comes apart, has all these little pieces, and they can, you know, like roll around on it. It's kind of like a gymnastics type deal. I'm so excited, but I haven't opened that yet, and I didn't want to like include it in this video because I didn't have any footage of him actually using it or doing it, but I'm very excited for that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me, and happy learning, happy playing. See you next time.